You're listening to AI Prism from Seoul Economic Daily.
Two Korean boardrooms made structural decisions this week. Pause. A state utility is getting government capital for the first time in decades. A refiner is absorbing a loss-making subsidiary. Behind both sits the same constraint: the power and the capital needed to build AI-era capacity. It's Wednesday, August 26th. Let's look at a business story shaping corporate Korea. Korea is approving semiconductor fabs and data centers faster than its grid can support them. Korea Electric Power carries that build-out, but its balance sheet is stretched. At the same time, the electric vehicle slowdown is forcing portfolio surgery across the battery supply chain. Here's what the numbers show. KEPCO must lay 3,855 kilometers of transmission lines across 70 routes by 2038 at an estimated 72.8 trillion won, or about $52 billion. Distribution upgrades add 10.2 trillion won, pushing the program past 80 trillion won. Matter of fact, KEPCO's first-half operating profit fell 16.6% to 4.91 trillion won as fuel costs rose 8.8%. Total debt reached 210.7 trillion won at the end of June, roughly $152 billion, with daily interest of 11.5 billion won. The government and ruling party will inject equity into KEPCO and K-Water, the first cash injection since KEPCO listed in 1989. The cabinet also exempted 26 projects from preliminary feasibility review, including 6 trillion won of semiconductor cluster support running from 2027 to 2030. SK Innovation will absorb its separator unit, SKIET, at a ratio of 1 to 0.11745440, effective January 1st. SKIET swung from a 50.1 billion won operating profit in 2023 to losses of 290 billion in 2024, 246 billion in 2025, and 136 billion in the first half of this year. So what does this mean for executives running Korean operations? Earlier, we said the same constraint sits behind both decisions. Short pause. Here's what that actually means for you: power, water, and capital availability now gate expansion timelines in Korea more tightly than land or permits do. If your footprint depends on a fab, a data center, or a battery supplier, the grid schedule and your partner's balance sheets belong in the next board pack next to the capital expenditure line. Watch the size of the KEPCO equity injection once the government fixes it. Watch the SKIET shareholder vote on November 24th and the January 1st merger close. Watch POSCO Holdings' second Argentine brine lithium plant, due for completion in October, on the way to 100,000 tons of capacity. That's today's AI Prism, CEO. This episode was produced with AI assistance based on Seoul Economic Daily reporting and reviewed by a human editor. AI Prism is a WAN-IFRA award-winning series. We'll be back tomorrow.
You've been listening to AI Prism from Seoul Economic Daily.